Julius, or what's his name?
Jesus.
He's all scratching his head confused.
We're just saying hello.
I know what you mean.
You part of the family, Paris family?
Are you going to be the one speaking for the family?
I think so. I don't know exactly what George's plan is. Yeah,
I don't think he had one, so I just made one.
He had talked to my family last night, and he, I think,
whatever you guys want to do, you'll go up there with me.
I know I don't.
Okay, George, here's the
I don't have one. Well, George had told me I was going to speak, but they also had written.
Are you going to tell the story what happened to the family?
Orange fruit is mine.
Oh, is he?
Apparently, it looks like.
Oh, me too. But it won't post on my Facebook.
Huh?
But it's not posting on my Facebook.
Oh. Because I get emails every time he goes live.
Really? Mine is PMbeers.
Let me go online. Oh, okay. I didn't even know I got a message. What is it? Yours?
Do I have to type the whole thing?
Kind of. Okay, just spell it.
PMbeers.
Oh, PMbeers.
Yeah.
Anaheim owns 1 year.
That's it. Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching. Not even a cop. Usually a cop's watching.
A cop?
Oh, cops watch. Yeah. LAPD watches. Yeah.
How do you know?
Because they did a. There was a thing on the news, and it showed them in their command center, and it showed that they watched the live streams from Occupy.
Oh, from yours.
Well, not like mine in particular, but they watch Occupy live streams. Hello, officer. How are you on this fine and lovely day? And it showed that they watched the live streams from Occupy.
There's a delay.
Let's stream the stream. Hello, officer. How are you on this fine and lovely day? And it showed that they watched the live streams from Occupy. The stream vortex.
What's doing what?
It's a stream vortex. Let's stream the stream. Hello, officer. How are you on this fine and lovely day?
So the only one watching is my brother?
And the cop.
Oh, he's watching it now?
Well, I got to assume that there's a cop watching, yeah. Hey, now if you're just joining us, we're here in Pearson Park in Anaheim, California. This is Occupy Orange County, Anaheim 1 year anniversary. Or actually, it's Occupy Orange County 1 year anniversary and the launch of Occupy Anaheim, right?
Do you know Vern Nelson?
And we're here with the Perez family who's facing a foreclosure on their home, and we're trying to save their home. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Was that like on Facebook or something?
It's supposed to, it's live on Ustream. It's supposed to post on my Facebook, but it's not posted in my Facebook.
I know, right? It sure is hot out there.
Did you want to see?
Oh no, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Huh? It looks what? Beauty?
Whenever you're ready, let me know.
Hi, I can't read your name. Who is that? I can't read it. The person who's chatting on there.
Who?
I can't. It has blue letters and I can't see it.
You're colorblind?
No, it's just that it's so bright out here and I don't have my glasses and I can't read it.
What does it say?
Hello. I can read the white font, but I can't read the blue font. Is that you?
I don't know.
It looks like E. Perez or something like that.
Oh, okay then, yes.
Okay.
That's you, Carlos.
Oh, is it C. Perez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we took you.
It says C. Perez. Yeah, that's Carlos. And it says.
Well, no, it's because there's another one right on the bottom that says hello. That's why I was only.
They're both you.
I'm very Americanized.
Yeah, no, I only said one time.
Oh, but it came on here twice.
Oh, okay.
If you want to come over, just come over.
I'm streaming the streamer over there.
How's the sound coming through?
Ah, 0 viewers now.
I went out.
Pearson Park, which is now marked by closure. And we're gonna go ahead and kick this off. Now. Hi guys.
Hi, my name is Greg Diamond. I'm with Occupy Orange County. I've been their civic liaison. I've worked a bit with Occupy Santa Ana. I'm also a candidate for state senate here in Orange County. And that tells you a little bit of how broad the Occupy coalition is. It includes people who are homeless, people who are facing foreclosure, people who are activists on issues related to poverty, people who are involved in the Democratic Party, Republican Party, Green Party, Libertarian Party, and no party at all. And even we have some politicians that have been supportive of us. The Occupy movement kicked off on September 17th, 2007. That's 1 year ago on Monday, today being Saturday the 15th. The Occupy movement came to Orange County a couple weeks later. I think October 1st is the day we usually say it started in Santa Ana, and then October 15th in Irvine, for what we call Occupy Orange County. These groups were not expected to have much of an effect here in Orange County because Orange County is supposed to be sort of a conservative, wealthy area. But in fact, we did pretty well, and we're still doing well. First of all, Occupy Santa Ana has been very effective in working on homelessness issues. We're now here in Occupy Anaheim, where there has been a tremendous focus, as you're going to be hearing about later, on issues related to foreclosure in particular. And then in Occupy Irvine, we did a lot at the very beginning, specifically dealing with banking issues, with issues of economic justice. And we maintained an encampment, first in Irvine, then in Fullerton, and then in Huntington Beach for 158 days. And the first 150 of those days, we did not have a single arrest for protesting, which is one of the largest continuing occupations, maybe the largest occupations in the country. Looking back on it from a year, from that perspective, one thing that Occupy has done is brought a lot of people together who otherwise might never have met each other. I'm here with a bunch of people today that I didn't know a year ago and probably would not have known if it weren't for Occupy raising the issues of economic justice and bringing us together. We have a problem in our society where for the past 30 years or so, rich people have been taking more and more of the wealth of the country. So while the wealth of the country and the wealth of the wealthy used to go sort of like this in parallel, right around 1980, 1981, for most of us, it leveled off, and for the wealthy, it skyrocketed up, which means that the difference between the poor and the middle class down here and the very wealthy has gotten more and more tremendous, more and more obscene, and more dangerous for our political system. Because one thing that they do with all that extra money is they buy the loyalty of politicians, they buy people who can make the laws, they buy people who can say, okay, we're going to give you amnesty for what you did when you ruined the national economy. We're going to let you walk away without going to jail. And that's been having a terrible, tremendous, continuing, increasing effect on our country. And you can see it when it comes to issues of homelessness. When people who were in the lower classes and even in the middle classes no longer have the ability to find a place to live. You can see it in the middle classes and even some of the upper middle classes with foreclosure, where people have basically been cheated out of the major investment in their life, their home, and left basically to drift, even when banks are taking homes away from them on false pretenses and basically either legally, specifically, or the moral equivalent of flat-out fraud. What has happened in the past year, let me go back a second. A year ago, the discussion in this country was about how we had too much national debt. That was all politicians and the media wanted to talk about. And when you look at the Occupy movement and you ask yourself, have we been successful? My question to you is, are we still just talking about the amount of public debt in the country, which calls for austerity, like they've had in Greece and in Ireland, destroying those societies? Or are people talking about the needs of people who are losing their homes, losing their jobs, losing their wages, and who have finally had to come together and make it known that they need to get something done, that there is something basically wrong, and this is no longer just a place where the elites get to talk about their own needs. I'm going to hand over the invisible podium here, sort of like the invisible chair at that convention. I'm going to hand it over soon to George Olivo, who has been the person organizing Occupy Anaheim, which is going to be a lot of the focus of our celebration of 1 year of Occupy today and talking about foreclosure issues. But what I want to suggest to you is what we need to do is to get to people in power. And there's basically two ways that you can do that. One is you can register and you can vote for people who are more likely to be on your side of these issues of economic justice. The second thing you can do by protesting is you can make the people in power who don't cooperate with us look bad. You can embarrass them. But let's be clear. The reason they care about you're embarrassing them is they're afraid that then other people will not vote for them. So the best thing to do is to do both. Speak out at events like this, show up, show people that you're upset, talk about the injustice of what's happening to you so that other people who might watch this will vote against the people who are doing it, and then also register to vote and become one of those people who they are scared of themselves, because they're not that scared of people protesting. They know they can send in the police and arrest you and later drop the charges. If you've lost your job, what they're afraid of is losing their job, and that happens in elections. What we're going to have today is, first, George is going to speak to introduce some of what he's been doing with Occupy Anaheim. Then we're going to have some representatives from the Perez family, who have been the target of a particularly brutal and unreasonable and unfair foreclosure, are going to talk about their personal experience. Then we're going to have Dwayne Roberts, who was one of the city council candidates for the city of Anaheim, come up and talk about what we can do about that. And then while we're talking in the background, we may have another speaker or two as well. So I'm going to ask George to come up and kick off the specific Anaheim part of this program. And thank you all for showing up and being part of the first-year anniversary celebration of Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Orange County, Occupy LA, all of the Occupies. And we're going to have more anniversaries beyond this. George.
house? Our house! Whose house? Our house! Whose house? Our house! That's right. You know, it's always an honor and a privilege to be a part of Occupy in any way, shape, or form, and in any fashion at all whatsoever, just to be able to participate in the lives of other human beings. You know, the honor and the privilege is absolutely huge. To get together with occupiers and feel the love and know that we all have something in common. We don't have justice. We don't have peace. We don't have security. We don't have a future. They have taken the future away from the people. And they've implemented that future for their own personal gain, and they would rather have us working at Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King, Subway. Those are the jobs that they want to give to our young people. Those are the jobs that don't make enough money to live, to have a home, to live in an apartment. It takes 2 incomes to keep an apartment, two full-time jobs. And if you're gonna accept the job the elite would give you as a service job, you know, you're gonna need 3 of those, 4 of those to live in a Mickey Mouse apartment and pay $1,300 a month plus utilities and the whole 9 yards. You know, so it's been personally on my heart to launch Occupy Anaheim because of the need of Anaheim, because of the police brutality that we've suffered, you know, and because on behalf of the families that have suffered the injustice. This is not an old story. This has been going on since the 20s. We need to be clear about this, even before the 20s. It's always happened. It's always gone on. It's never stopped. The only thing different today is somebody has a smartphone to catch it. In the Kelly Thomas incident, if there wouldn't have been a phone to document that, it would have been swept under the rug like all the other murders of not only people of color, you know, of all ethnic groups. We have brothers and sisters, if you look at the prison system, we have brothers and sisters that have been labeled because of their shaved head, because of their ink on their skin, because of their tattoos on their back and on their arms. And they're not people of color, you know? So this is something that is just outrageous. The immediate need was Anaheim, and like I say, it was on my heart personally to launch that. And you know what we did when that crisis happened?